Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and welcome back for another weekly edition of Z Real Estate's discussion on real estate. So, this week we're going to talk about something that isn't traditionally associated with real estate, but considering the recent changes in local rules and laws and city policies, marijuana actually is becoming less and less taboo and slowly growing out of the shadows. No pun intended. So, a couple of years ago, I can remember a time when, even though it was still legal medicinally in California, we would get tons and tons of calls from commercial tenants looking for a place to open a dispensary, to grow marijuana. 99% of the time we would say, thanks, but no thanks. Most of the time, owners are not interested in tenants that are involved in the marijuana business. Why? Well, even if it's in a legal way, it's still illegal federally. There's lots of red tape. And the nuts and bolts of it were a little bit more complicated. So most of the time, owners didn't want to deal with it. However, big news, Adelanto, California. I'm proud of Adelanto. Good job, guys. So Adelanto is the first city in the United States to legalize marijuana for commercial grow. Now let me explain what that is, what that means, and why that's so significant for realtors. So I'm sure most of you out there know that marijuana is legal in California medicinally and legal in Colorado and 3 or 4 other states recreationally. Now, what this law means is it still won't be legal recreationally in Adelanto, but the legalization of marijuana for commercial cultivation grow purposes is actually very, very significant, particularly on real estate and real estate values. Literally overnight, Adelanto, small little town out in the middle of nowhere on the way to Vegas, off the 50 North, with an average income of $29,000. Went from old 80s Hondas to Rolls Royces literally overnight. The money is pouring in. Why? Because big companies want to cash in on California's new gold rush. But it's not gold, it's green. It's the new green rush happening here in Southern California. So, like I mentioned earlier, it is becoming less and less taboo. And with the advent of this law, this is actually quite significant because industrial warehouse buildings in Adelanto that were just as recently as last year, priced for sale at $800,000, $900,000, or $1 million, are now going for close to $6 million, $7 million, and then sometimes $8 million. The money's there, guys. It's literally growing out of the ground. So I would like to make everybody aware of the fact that even though it's legal in Adelanto, it's not a blanket policy. It's not legal to grow it anywhere. There are specific areas and designated locations that the city has called cultivation zones. So for anybody interested in cultivating and growing marijuana for commercial grow and are interested to know exactly what the rules are, where it's legal in Adelanto, where it's not legal, and what is required in order to set it up, we know. Z Real Estate knows. So by all means, call us, email. We'll be more than happy to talk to you about it and let you know exactly what is involved. So there's a lot of money to be made in this business from all angles. And if you're a realtor out there, this is something you need to know, particularly if you have property in Adelanto. And if you didn't know about this, but you knew about Adelanto before, it would behoove you to study up on this new policy change, because I can promise you, values are changing very, very quickly in that small little town off the 15 North. So Adelanto is quickly booming and will become, in my opinion, I'm calling it now, the next gold rush, the epicenter of the next green rush in Southern California. So if you guys have any questions about that, by all means, call us anytime, 909-999-6888, or you can visit us online at zrealestates.net. Thank you so much, and have a great week, everybody.